Hello my friends, welcome to Retro Story Journal Swap. My swap partner is BB's Closet Creations. The theme for our stories is Spring Love. The challenge was to make a junk journal using a VHS sleeve for the cover. There were some other requirements, but I do believe that I shared those with you during the flip through portion of this video. Also, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you what I did with the actual VHS tape. I have altered it and I'm super excited to share that with you as well. I want to mention that this awesome swap is hosted by Paper Confessions with Cara Mia. And thank you, Cara, for inviting me to participate. I have had so much fun working on this project. There is a wonderful list of collaborators. Please be sure to check them out. BB's Closet Creations by Mimi with Love, Side Gig Crafts, My Paper Journey MJ Rays, Not Too Shabby Chic, Crinkled Path, and Paper Confessions with Cara Mia, also Chasing Retro, and The Traveling Crafter. Anne and her best friend Charlotte are attending the University of Sheffield in England in the year of 1905. Anne and Charlotte went to the library to check out some books for their studies. Anne and a young man named Edward locked eyes. Suddenly, there was a commotion in the library, and Anne lost track of Edward. Months later, the spring holiday was approaching. Anne still could not get her mystery man out of her mind. She went home to London to spend time with her family. While out shopping, Anne and her mother stopped at a London cafe for tea and scones. Seated in a cozy corner of the cafe, Anne and her mother were chatting away about their holiday plans when suddenly Edward approached to make his acquaintance. Anne was delighted and asked him if he would like to join them, which of course he did. Now it is your turn to finish the story. This page represents her time in the library. You can see this is a antique library card holder, and then I put some books in front of it. We were required to alter a guest check, a checked receipt, whatever you want to call it, and so I've done that here. I've added laces, I've added some scrapbook paper. I took the bottom part of the guest check off and put it right here onto the scrapbook paper. Used my punch to create a lace edge. Then when you open it up, I have my little secret note to BB, and then I have added some lace here. This is the second layer of the guest check. Here the books are, they represent, again, Anne and her friend's time at the library. I added some lace here. And then this is the next page of the guest check, just with the addition of some ribbon. We were also required to add a vintage photo, so I have added this. So we could say that this could be Anne. You'll see that there's some lace sewn into some of the pages of the journal. There are a few doilies inside the journal as well. This is some vintage music paper that I've added with some ephemera here. Another doily. This is a safety pin with just some fabric scrunched up on it. I thought the colors were perfect for this page. As decorated as this journal is, I feel like there's still plenty of room for BB to make it her own. We have some vintage papers here. This is a page from my butterfly book. This is a vintage receipt. You can see it's quite interesting the way that it comes, it's like 2-ply. You probably would have put some of that that paper with the ink on it. I can't remember what that's called, and maybe it would have created a second copy. Was that carbon paper? Is that what that was called, you guys? Do you guys know? Maybe it was carbon paper. Another pink doily. This is held on with a paper clip. This is an upper pocket. Nice big tag. So we were required to add a secret note, and I didn't know if it meant from us to our swap partner or if it meant like a secret note for the story. So I did both. And this one is for the story, and it says, "Dear Mystery Man, I don't know who you are, but when I looked into your eyes, I felt whole as though we are kindred spirits. I am sorry I lost sight of you at the library. I do hope that fate will bring us together once more. Longingly yours, Anne." This right here is vintage, and it came in this. I added the rose paper to it, and I adhered it to the vintage music paper, but you can see this is the top of it. I worked with 12 by 12 paper pack for this project, and I had a lot of fun being creative with how I folded and used the pages. So you can see throughout the journal there are a couple of flaps like this where I was able to keep part of this 12 by 12 intact. Another thing that I did was fold, so the paper was long, but I folded this up to create a pocket. And then on some of these I left them really wide, but then just folded them in. And you'll see, here's the other side, to create side pockets. And here's another one, a top pocket that I just folded it over. Here's another side pocket. So I didn't have to glue these extra pieces of paper on in order to create pockets. I simply folded them, and then there was a pocket. And this one I actually folded twice. So I folded it in to create this pocket, just used my big circle punch to create this, but then it was still long, so not only did I fold it in, then I went ahead and I folded it up. And by doing that is how I created this second mini pocket here, then here's the regular pocket. So that was pretty interesting to be able to do that. Here's another one of the upper ones. So again, I didn't add the papers to create these pockets. I just simply folded the 12 by 12 in a certain way. Here's another one of these. So I wanted to mention that as I was flipping through so that you guys, that's what I did here too. So I just thought that was pretty cool. This beautiful tag was given to me by my friend Paper Kitty 99. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love her work. I actually used this paper clip that was also given to me in Happy Mail. I'm using this to hold this tag in along with this one, just because the tag is pretty robust and I didn't want it to move around too much. So I figured 2 paper clips might be better than one. So we were also required to create an altered index card. So I took this index card, I added a few images to it, I sewed around it with fabric and added this flower. And so that is my altered index card. No, postcard. I'm sorry, you guys, postcard. It says it right there. I added some, since they eventually run into each other again while at the cafe getting some tea, I added a few of these, and these were given to me in Happy Mail. Now before I paper clip this back on, I want to show you this side. I added a teacup also representing the cafe where they went and got their drink and snack. But this is another one of these pages that flips up. I added some lace here, and then of course I used my punch to create this lace look. That's not sitting right, so I have it this way so that the flower can sort of poke out the top, and that way it doesn't push the journal open wide. So it's got a little breathing room right there. So this could be Anne and Edward. And I suppose since the name of the VHS tape cover is Ever After, this could be them ever after. This is another page where I folded it over to create this pocket and added this vintage trim. I added a vintage playing card and some spaces to write or add photographs or whatever you might want to, whatever BB wants to do in this journal. You can see on the inside of the VHS tape cover, I added this beautiful doily that was given to me in Happy Mail. I used the inside here, underneath there, you can see the spine of the VHS tape. There's 2 of them because of course it's a box. And so I put one here, and then there's one on the outside. Now, in truth, when I put it on, it got a little bit crooked, and that is why I added the lace over top, because it sort of, it evens it out. Your eye will miss the crookedness unless I tell you about it, which I am here. Because I'm imperfect, and that's nothing to be embarrassed about. So this is the journal, my friends. I hope you guys love it. I really, really enjoyed participating in this collaboration. This was a lot of fun. I hope BB loves it. Now I want to show you the VHS cassette holder, and then after I show it to you, I'm going to show you how I did it. I altered it. I filled it with ribbon that she can open this up and she can get access to the ribbon. And then I loaded it with some different dangles and charms that she can use in her crafting. And I just thought it was something fun to do, something a little bit unexpected. I hope it is a lovely surprise for her. It was an absolute blast to do it. The first thing I did was get a screwdriver, a Phillips head, and I had to remove 4 to 6 screws. And once I did that, it was open season. So the second thing I did was I removed the tape from the tape holders. And I wanted to let you know that I looked it up online to find out if the tape itself was toxic, because if it was, I wanted to be careful while I was touching it. And it's fine until it starts to really degrade, and then it's not. So I was fine to remove it, and then I wound some ribbon onto those, and then I popped them right back into place. Then I took some ball pins and I sandwiched them between the two black pieces of plastic. Once I did that, then I screwed everything back together so that it would hold the ball pins in place. There were certain areas where I was able to sort of put the ball pin around something to catch it or hold it in place while I put those two black pieces back together. Bibi will have to grab a Phillips head screwdriver, a small one, and undo the screws. I didn't make them super tight, so that should not be difficult at all. And then she'll be able to access the ribbon. I also then, as you can see, I took flowers and I simply hot glued those on. And that was it. That's what I did. And I think it's just so cute. I hope she likes it. Friends, I hope everyone is well and good. I hope that you enjoyed this flip through and checking out the VHS tape. Thanks for watching. See you soon.